Good evening, everyone. I'm Matthew, back with my favorite rendition of my favorite LJN. This is round 2, continues, and so this one I'm going to do a little bit different. I'm going to probably start with the figures that I'm not too excited about over, the ones that obviously bring me a whole lot more joy. Maybe by the time the video is over, hopefully the goal is to have a much better idea of who I want to choose. Just kind of looking at the figures, it's just something that as we're going down the line with the bigger names, it's just a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to kind of do the little smaller rendition first, and we're going to start with the managers. So the first one that we're going to talk about is Slick. Now, for whatever reason, something as simple and small as a hat accessory just improves a figure so much. Now, even without the hat, this is a great figure, and the hat just really makes it pop. Just really looks amazing. I don't really know anything about Slick. I can't remember him actually, managing anyone when I was young. I don't know if he was out of the WWF by the time I started watching wrestling. So I really don't have anything really to say about this character. All I could talk about is playability and, pose, and of course aesthetics of the actual LJN figure itself. Because this is the only LJN I don't have duplicates. I haven't been using this at all. And play-wise, I don't know. I just don't think there's much I could do with this anyways. And I don't think anyone really would do anything with this. A lot of kids, I'm sure, back in the 80s probably just had them just to kind of escort their wrestlers to the ring. I don't think they actually use them otherwise. Good figure. I mean, I really like the little pimp look, It's an awesome looking suit. His competition, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Now, we'll be looking at the two figures individually. I don't know, I guess the hat, like I said, kind of sets Slick apart from most managers. I know Freddie Blassie has like the cane, which I don't have, unfortunately. But at least Jimmy Hart does have the microphone. It's kind of built into his hand. I don't know if people actually cut that out when they were kids or whatnot. Hopefully they didn't, because you'd hate to see destruction of an incredible figure. I mean, that's actually a really nice design on his jacket there. Now this one is not mint, but I mean, it is. I don't see any major paint loss on this. So overall, this is a great quality figure. Really like it, and I know they do have some variants where Jimmy Hart does have hearts on the microphone. Mine does not. I thought I had that variant, but I got something wrong. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Two great figures. Like them both. Do I choose Slick simply because he comes with a hat accessory over the microphone with the Jimmy Hart? I really want to say yes, but I am going to go with Jimmy Hart. At least I can actually remember this guy in the WWF. Again, I don't remember Slick at all. Does that really have anything to do with my decision? Not really. I just really like this Jimmy Hart figure. I think it's great. Jimmy Hart does defeat Slick and moves on to round 3. Now, as we know, Strikeforce custom figures did defeat their Strikeforce LJN original counterparts in the first round. So the first one is a Rick Martel, AWA champion. This one's kind of like a model Rick Martel. Now, I only remember the model from wearing pink. I don't remember him actually wearing blue. But this is probably, again, early mid-80s. Possibly, pre-WWF, pre-Strikeforce. I mean, overall, the fabric, trying to be like a little sweater or something, I just think it really helps. It's like, the jacket on Bret Hart, it just makes it more interesting. And I don't remember Rick Martel in the original LJN having sunglasses, so I think that's really cool as well. Beautiful Beautiful colors overall. I mean, it's kind of like well, it's not teal, I don't think, but a really light blue, beautiful blue color to it. And of course, the AWA Championship belt. This is a fantastic figure. Even if you take away the model part and just stick with the original model Rick Martel, I think it's just a simple repaint. You know, nothing flashy about it. Very simple, but very beautiful. Now his competition is teammate Tito Santana. So the Tito Santana figure, based on the Strike Force on his shirt, you get the little Tito on the back. I might think that's really, really amazing. So kind of looking at this, at first glance, based on, you know, the designs of the character, you would think that Tito Santana would run away with this round. Again, beautiful, much better shape than the original. For whatever reason, the figures that I have original always have to seem like their mouth are kind of like their teeth are knocked out or something. This one is, you know, beautiful figure, face-wise. That is Tito Santana. I'm kind of curious to see if someone one day comes up with like an El Matador version or something, because obviously I know about El Matador at Tito Santana Strike Force. I mean, that probably predated my WWF experience. So based on colors and design, Tito Santana is just light years ahead of Rick Martel. But again, we're not simply talking about, you know, colors and designs. We're also talking about, you know, playability, you know, pose, you know, fighting attributes. And the Tito Santana arms out like that isn't the worst, but it definitely isn't the best. And I think the model Rick Martel, yep, has a much better body slam pose. And again, that is my number one concern when I look at these figures. Again, Tito Santana, not great at all. Tough choice. Both fantastic figures. And again, the design of Tito Santana, absolutely amazing. John Ruggiero, who I bought my figures, a lot of these figures from, did an amazing job with this. And I hate to pass on Tito, but this Rick Martel is just too good. And again, fighting pose alone basically set him apart from Tito Santana and moves him into round 3. Rick Martel over Tito Santana. Next one is another Wrestling Writer figure. So far, Wrestling Writer has moved forward with his Rick Martel, and now he's got his custom $1 Million Man. So I did have, as you remember from previous videos, 4 $1 Million Man figures. The actual original LJN version was actually the last one I acquired. So the very first $1 Million Man was a XOX Customs exclusive green suited $1 Million Man. The second one I purchased was a I can't remember if it was this one. If it wasn't this one, it was the black suited $1 Million Man. That one was actually a custom repaint to look identical to the original. I think they used a gold with the $1 Million Man symbol on there as opposed to the purple. But overall, this was either the second or third figure I bought, and of course the original was the last one. I really had problems choosing anyone other than the green suited $1 Million Man. Random Treasures did a phenomenal job, but this one, it just looked more realistic. The green suited one was just a little bit too, I don't want to say cartoony per se, but facial wise, that is more a lot closer to the resemblance of $1 Million Man. And of course, I think the $1 Million Man belt, absolutely incredible. I mean, that was kind of a, I don't know if that was a throw-in per se, but this would have been an amazing figure by itself, and the belt was just basically sets it apart from so many other figures. Beautiful, beautiful accessory. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this figure. I don't know how far Ted DiBiase is going to go, if he makes it past this round or not, but if he does go far, I hope to see him towards the end. I mean, I really love this one. Now, this is another, this is a XOX Customs referee. Normally, these referees sell for, you know, $150 on eBay. So I had to go through XOX Customs for a lot of the more expensive figures. You know, Bam Bam Bigelow being one of them. Referee, pretty much all of Series 6. You know, well, the black strapped Andre I got from Wrestling Writer. But Big Boss Man, both Islander and King Haku came from Random Treasures, as well as, who am I missing? Warlord. Got the Barbarian, which is an exclusive of them. Bad News Brown, of course, was supposed to be on the original Series 6, but that was never produced, so that was an exclusive. I considered that to be a Random Treasure exclusive. And $1 Million, what was it? Warlord. Ultimate Warrior was another one, and I'm missing one. Rick Rude. Again, I'm not paying $300 for an Ultimate Warrior or Rick Rude figure, even if they're in really great shape. Which, you know, if they're really mint or close to mint, you're probably paying $400 for it. So great shop, and I love the fact that I'm able to buy figures like this for a fraction of the cost. So I did get the white shirted referee from Random Treasures, and then of course later on, as you saw in the last round, he did square off against a blue shirted referee, which was a original LJN figure. So again, I do purchase if I do purchase customs before the originals, I still do try to acquire the original if I can. But my collection is complete, and I do include the Random Treasure customs as part of the original line as well. So, I mean, it's a simple figure. You're not going to use this as a wrestler. Again, you know, he's just a referee. But, I mean, kind of like Freddie Blassie, someone that you're not expecting to wrestle with, yet he's got a better fighting pose than just a ton of wrestlers. You know, it's kind of like a Terry Funk type of arm out type of deal. You know, arm down over here. Terry Funk, just kind of opposite. His left arm is up with right arm down. I'm not a huge fan of the Terry Funk figure. Again, I don't hate it. I just think a lot of people are kind of too obsessed with that figure, and it kind of detracts from my enjoyment of having it. So, I mean, as a referee, nothing wrong with it. Fantastic piece. I love it. Now, if this was going against, let's say, any of the managers, for the most part, I think there's maybe one or two managers that maybe could have beaten him. Otherwise, the referee would have actually moved forward. If the referee was facing, you know, Jimmy Snuka, for example, this is just a whole lot better figure, regardless of, you know, how you use them. But you're talking about referee going against possibly the best custom figure that I own, and if not the best, you know, I say it all the time, you know, top 5, top 10, but, you know, at some point, somebody's going to go through my videos, do a count of all the times I've said that, and then get back to me like, yeah, guy, you're 17 videos in, and you've got 30 figures that are in your top 10. What gives? But that is just my way of saying that I really enjoy the figure, and I hope to see $1 Million Man go far in this competition. $1 Million Man over the referee. Kind of an unfair battle right there, but so this one, which one lost my belt here? Oh, I got an extra belt. I'm not sure who he goes to. So I've said it a million times. Hulk Hogan, my favorite wrestler. This is just a phenomenal piece. Absolutely love this. From display-wise, this is probably the best looking figure of any LJN. I mean, this right here is just an absolute, you know, rubber statue, just gorgeous display piece. But then I think that's really all this was made for. I don't think you would use this. I don't think anyone would actually use this for play. when you have a regular Series 1 Hulk Hogan with the perfect pose, you're not going to replace him with this. This is not a playable pose. This is kind of like a Jimmy Snuka. I mean, it's better than Jimmy Snuka, but again, with the way the arm is up here, you know, and then with the arm down here, you can't really do much either. Can't really throw a punch or, you know, body slam. Maybe you get someone in like a headlock, DDT or something, but if we were talking about the most beautiful looking piece, I think this would have to be number one. I mean, fantastic piece. Absolutely love it. Is it a good enough piece to move forward to the next round? He does square off against my custom one-man gang. Again, this is another one of those Wrestling Better figures. The first one I purchased. Of course, I did go back later on and repurchase One Man Gang with the original LJN version. I mean, it's pretty much identical to the original. I wasn't going to go and grab the original because of how close the custom was to the regular figure. But I think I paid like $60 or $70 for the original. So, you know, if it was like $100+, you know, I wouldn't have gone for it. But the only difference between this and the original figure is the blue jean jacket is just a little bit darker blue. Not quite black, but I mean it is a very dark blue. And of course you see, you know, a little shine here and there where they did repaints and, you know, I guess glued certain areas. This is just a beautiful piece. Kind of like Macho Man. I don't like this hands over the head air, you know, Ken Patera, Macho Man type of stance. When you put the two pieces together, neither figure really stands out as far as playability. As far as display, gorgeous. I mean, you're not going to have too many pieces that are better looking than either one of these. It's just really hard to choose one. Now, I could say I do have a Hulk Hogan still in competition and, you know, be able to push, you know, a new character across to the next round. But, I mean, do I really want to say get rid of one of the best looking figures simply because he's got another variant, another version of himself basically in this competition? That would be crazy. This is just a beautiful piece, and I don't know. It's just something I don't want to make a decision with this because I love them both. But with time winding down, almost 18 minutes, I got to make a choice. I got to make a choice quick. I still got a couple more wrestlers to go. I love Hulk Hogan. Love this figure. Display-wise, even better than the original Series 1 figure. But it just doesn't have the pose of Series 1. So, custom one-man gang is moving on to round 3, defeating Hulk Hogan. Now this is another one of those battles I don't want to see because I love both figures so much. So this is the Smash from Random Treasures. Again, XOX Customs, they do incredible work, and I don't consider them customizers at all. They're just another toy company. You watch past videos, you know how I feel about them as far as, you know, being like another Mattel type of company. The face paint on this is absolutely gorgeous. You're not going to find many people with the technique or skill to be able to pull a face paint off like that. And the vest, I mean, the Demolition figures I have are probably two of the best. And when you compare them along with the Legion of Doom, and even the Bushwhackers are just really remarkable. You know, Random Treasures, they've really outdone themselves. They do such great work, and I'm really glad to be able to add Smash to the tag team of complete Demolition tag team. I'm kind of curious if they're going to come out with a Demolition Crush, but there's like 3 versions of Crush that I really want. You know, all the Hasbro versions essentially. I want the Demolition Crush. I want the, you know, purple and yellow Crush, and of course I want the evil purple Crush as well. So, you know, you're imagining about $130+ per figure. I'm probably gonna have to come out of pocket $400 to purchase 3 of them if I wanted all 3 versions. But I mean, I definitely paid a whole lot more at Random Treasures in one time, so I think I would do it if they decided one day to come out with you know, some Crush figures, you know, starting with Demolition. That way I have all 3 members. Beautiful piece. Absolutely love it. Is he going to move forward to the next round? Well, he is going against one of the best figures I've ever purchased from the Raider Nation. Again, Doink was, I think Doink was the 3rd one I purchased. He was eliminated in round 1, as was the 4th one I purchased from them, Hercules. Hercules, so there's 3 versions, 2 customs. The Raider Hercules won in that round. So Coco Beware was just eliminated last video, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, last video, the custom Hercules defeated the Coco Beware figure. So from Random Treasure, or excuse me, from the Raider Nation, of all the customs that I purchased from them, this is the last figure of theirs that's still in competition. Now, an absolutely beautiful accessory. Hasbro and LJN, I just think the guitar for the Honky Tonk Man is the best accessory. You know, the hats, they're very simple. You know, the snake, obviously, from Jake Roberts, might be near the top as well. But I just think the guitar is probably the premier component or premier accessory for the figures. Now, I really love this one. This one beat the original for a reason. I just think that the black was just popped so much better. The black and gold. And, I mean, it's just absolutely breathtaking figure. And, I mean, look at the design of the pants. I remember the blue outfit. I don't remember the black outfit. I don't know if he ever actually wore this or if this is just, you know, a vision of the artist who made it. Either way, an absolutely fantastic piece. Definitely one of my favorites. Is it one of the best? Maybe. I definitely feel, I mean, like I said, I love the black suit and the guitar. You know, just kind of looking at, you know, the figures on my shelves. I like to go downstairs, kind of just stare at it. You know, it brings a lot of joy to me. I think it's one of the best, and it's one of my favorites. Now, between the Raider Nation and XOX Customs by Random Treasures, 2 great companies that I thoroughly enjoy purchasing from. Buy at each shop on a regular basis, and they produce some amazing products. Now, Random Treasures actually makes their figures. The Raider Nation, I don't know if they actually have someone that customizes their own figures or if they just acquire them and then resell them, but you know, they are the shop I purchased these from, so I am going to give them credit for having these awesome figures. Smash went up against Axe in the first round, and getting rid of, you know, one Demolition character right off the bat, you know, that kind of sucked. Instead of having them face off against different figures, that way the opportunity would have been available for both of them to potentially move forward. That didn't happen based on how I set up the battles for that round. I really don't want to see Smash go home, and at the same time, I can't possibly not choose the Honky Tonk Man for round 3. This is just a beautiful piece, one of my absolute favorites. Honky Tonk Man defeats Smash. Honky Tonk Man moves on to round 3. And as it currently stands, Honky Tonk Man is going to be facing maybe the one-man gang. If not the one-man gang, well, maybe I could look at my notes here and possibly give you a update as to the next competition. So, the next video is going to feature Jake Roberts versus the Big Boss Man. for the first competition. The custom Rick Rude is going to face the custom Ultimate Warrior. So that's two battles. Warlord is going to face the XOX Customs Barbarian. Bad News Brown is going to face King Haku. And the custom Mr. Perfect from Wrestling Rider is going to take on Luke of the Bushwhackers. So if he doesn't take on One Man Gang, it'll either be either Luke or Mr. Perfect. Now, do I have a feeling of who might win between any of those 3 rounds? Both One Man Gang and Honky Tonk Man are both incredible pieces. That one's going to be a little bit tougher. If he faces up against Luke, I don't know. The Bushwhackers from XOX Customs, those are really some of their best work. Mr. Perfect. The orange suit, Mr. Perfect did defeat the XOX Custom original blue suited Mr. Perfect, so it really is a toss-up. I guess I'm not really going to know until we actually start talking about it. But again, this is one that could potentially go all the way. I mean, beautiful piece. Love it. Alright guys, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. Again, thank you for another fantastic video and allowing me to, talk about, some of these characters, talk about some of my favorite figures. This has just been a real blast for me. That's why I enjoy doing, several videos every day. I know a lot of people just kind of stick to one, maybe do a couple of videos, 2 or 3 videos a week or something, but heck, I probably do 2 or 3 videos back to back, and, I really enjoy it, and, I'm really looking forward to start reading some of your comments. I haven't gotten any comments yet, but I'm still hopeful that this will start to kick in, and a lot of people will start to enjoy these videos and maybe leave some messages. I'm always happy to respond and talk to you guys. All right, folks. I want to wish you all a good night, and I will see you soon.